In your childhood, you would have heard about the story on hare and tortoise. The story goes like this. For a small recap, there was a competition between these two, and whoever reaches the goal first will be declared as the winner. And the race was on, and there was this tortoise was going steadily, slowly, whereas this hare was running faster, then took break, like that. And then finally, due to laziness of hare, tortoise won the race. That's how the story goes, and there was a moral behind that. I am not getting into that for a moment. The purpose here is that we have made a fundamental assumption that the race was on a plain field, that nobody told you during your childhood, nor even now. Assume that you had the same competition on air, both would have qualified. No, definitely it would not have. The race was off basically, and assume that it was done on water. Definitely, tortoise would have won, irrespective of whether hare can do it or not, because tortoise knows swimming. Very simple. Because tortoise is amphibious in nature, it can live on both land and water. When the race was on water, and the hare was able to do what it achieved in that. So the assumption here is that the race was conducted on a plain surface or on land. That is the assumption. Okay, so what is the power of assumption right now, because if you change the paradigm, the whole thing will go for a toss. The winner will be different. The condition on which the race was done could be different completely, and the results would be obviously different. So if you apply the same logic to any of your goals or a task, what happens is that you need to make sure that you have to list down all your assumptions, whether you know it or not, whether you know the answer or not, doesn't matter. At least whatever you could think of, possibly, and jot it down in a spreadsheet kind of a thing, and make all your assumptions. What happens this, what happens with that, and try to quantify as much as possible these assumptions to a numerical value, or at least a stateful or meaningful phrase. Like you can't quantify water or air or land, but at least you can categorize that, whether it is land or water or air. The same way, you have to make your assumptions. The assumptions could be from a business perspective, the assumption could be from the environment perspective, or the assumption could be from your capability perspective. The assumption could be from your tools and processes you are having, or if you need to procure, then obviously you need to plan for procurement, and it will have its own cycle till you get that resource. For example, you want to study something on psychology, for example. For that you need to go through some quality books, and you need quite a lot of study in terms of how brain works, etc. So which means that you need to get those resources, and that resources might take some time for you to access it, or not to be made available to you. So this could be resources, it could be finance also. Now you need to buy a book means you need money. So like that, you classify all those things, like environment, um, financials, tools, processes, or procedures, or it could be your own discipline. For that matter, you are going to wake up daily morning, say 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and do something. So if that is the case, you need you biologically, if you can wake up at 6 o'clock on dot, that's fine. Otherwise, you need an alarm, and you should not snooze it. So all that, right? So you need somebody to back you up, to get up. So all that, you need all those resources, all those tools, everything, you need to keep it along with you. Then identify, how to go about this. See, certain things, you can, there's certain assumptions for that matter, may be valid. I mean, when you start the work, everything you may think that no, it's all valid. So that's why you have jotted down. Once you are going to go through in detail, maybe you are discussing with your friends or family, or for your own self. So what happens is that you will qualify this, and certain things, which are valid assumptions, you retain, and the assumptions that are not valid, you are not going to completely knock it down from your list. You are going to take it off from your main list and push it back to something else, so that in case if you have missed out something, or down the line, if you are going to hit on certain things, probably you need to come back to this assumption, and make sure that you address that assumption. So this is the power of assumption, you need to remember, and accordingly, when you are planning for your tasks or activities against your goal, have this in mind, and hope you can do wonderfully great when you are able to list down all your assumptions and try to solve, or try to validate that and move along. Thank you for watching. This is Gokul, and see you next week.